Hello and welcome back to another week of Sambo iRacing. We are here in the BMW N2 CS Racing, the rookie edition with the fixed setup at Tsukuba circuit for yet another track guide. If you're new to my channel, what we do is a hot lap and then a breakdown, and we're back in the cockpit one final time, the driving line on. Any questions, let me know in the comments. Let's get started. Okay, let's start the hot lap. The fourth gear. Coming up to the first corner, we go at the start, the thicker panels, the late apex, all the way down to second gear. Long trail off, as you can see there. I'm going to cut both of these corners, start braking on the apex of the one on the right. Again, we're going down to second gear, late apex, smoothly back on the gas, over to the left-hand side, into third gear, little dab on the brakes. Just missing that corner out, back on the gas. And hold it round to the left-hand side, looking for the end of this green Astro or whatever it is on the left-hand side. Again, all the way down to second gear, smoothly back on the gas. Avoiding that oversteer, understeer crap that this car does. She does handle like a drunk cow. All the way down to third gear, picking back up on the gas, just clipping the corner on the exit. And over and across the line in a 59.629, is that? Can't see. Right, breakdown lap. So, as I say, if we look on the left-hand side, you can see the netting or the grating, whatever it is. It's once that gets to being solid, that's just when we start braking, as you can see here. We brake up to about 70%, long trail off. Go down through the gears to third and then to second, and it's a really late apex here, so we're going to get back on the gas late on in the corner, and we're just going to gradually feed the power back on. So as the corner starts to open up, we're back on 100%, up to third. Want to run over this curving over on the left hand side and then steer, so we're going to do the same on the right hand side. It's as we get onto that curving, that's when we're going to start braking. This time we brake a little bit harder, up to about 85%. We're going to use this banking to get the car turned and slowed down to second gear, and then, mid-corner basically. That's when we start building back up on the gas. And then once we open up the steering, that extra little bit, that's when we're more or less on 100%. Over to the left-hand side. And basically, it's just before we get to the end of the orange or the brown-coloured bales on the left-hand side. Call them bales. Looks like they're made of concrete. That's when we just dab on the brakes up to about 25-30%. And then we're going to come off, leaving it in third gear here. And then at the apex, that's when we start building back up on the gas. Holding the car over to the left-hand side here. Next braking marker is just as we get to this elbow here, or the actual apex of the sort of bend on the left-hand side. That's when we're going to brake here up to about 75%. Wipe all that speed off, drop it down to third, long trail off, down to second gear. And then once we're at the apex again, we're up at about 2/3 pressure on the old right foot. And then we're just looking to build that up to 100% as soon as we start opening the steering up, and we know we're not going to lose the car. Only one more corner to go. So as with most cars around here, it's the start of these bales that we get to here. We're going to do a little dab on the brakes up to about 65%. We're going to now trail that off, drop it down to fourth, and then we're still trailing it off. We're going to drop it down to third. And basically, as soon as you can see these marshals up ahead in front of you, that's when we know we're going to start building back up on the gas. And we want to get up to 100% as soon as possible. We don't want to go too early. I just like to clip this curving on the right-hand side. And then once we're through that, that's when I move back up to 100%, and you're just holding it there. Up to fourth and over and across the line. So yes, a 59.629. We have one final version coming up now with the driving line on without me talking.